There is a 3-digit number attached to your name that you have never picked, never agreed to, and probably have never seen. And it quietly decides things you think are up to you. Whether you get the apartment, what interest rate you pay on a car, whether the landlord even calls you back. Here is how much it actually costs. Take the exact same house, the exact same loan, and two people standing side by side. The only difference between them is 100 points on this hidden number. Over the life of that mortgage, one of them pays around $111,000 more than the other. Same house, same loan. A six-figure penalty for a number most people could not even tell you. That number is your credit score. And most people treat it like weather. It goes up, it goes down, nobody knows why. But it is not weather. It is not luck. It is not a mystery. It is a formula. And the moment you can see the formula, the whole thing stops happening to you and starts answering to you. So let us open the box and look at the actual formula. The most common model is called FICO. The scores run from 300 at the bottom to 850 at the top, and higher is better. And the recipe is not a secret. It is public. It is 5 ingredients and they are not equal. Payment history is 35%. That is the single biggest slice by a mile. It is just one question, asked over and over. Do you pay what you owe on the day it is due? Amounts owed is 30%. People call this your credit utilization, but it is simpler than it sounds. It is how much of your available credit you are actually using. If your card has a $5,000 limit and you are carrying $2,500 on it, you are using 50%. The higher that number climbs, the more it drags you down. Then come the smaller 3. Length of credit history is 15%. The longer your accounts have been open, the better, which is exactly why you never close your oldest card. New credit is 10%. Every time you apply for something, it leaves a mark, so applying for 3 cards in 1 month looks desperate. And credit mix, the last 10%, just means having a few different kinds of credit. Add those up. 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10. That is 100% of your score. 2 of those ingredients are over half the recipe. Hold on to that. Now here is why this matters more than almost any money topic you will ever touch, because this score is not a credit card score. It is a 6-figure number that follows you into the biggest purchase of your life. Let me show you with a real mortgage. Picture a $350,000 home on a 30-year loan. At 760, a strong score, you might land an interest rate around 6.5%. Your payment lands near $2,200 a month, and across 30 years you pay roughly $447,000 in interest. Now drop the score to 660, just 100 points lower. The rate jumps to something like 7.8%. The payment climbs past $2,500 a month and the total interest balloons to around $558,000. That gap for the same exact house is about $111,000. You are not buying a better home. You are buying the same walls, the same roof, the same kitchen. The bank simply charges you a 6-figure fee for being 100 points lower on a number you did not know how to control. That is the cost of treating this like weather. Let me make this a person. Meet Imani. At 19, she got her first credit card, used it here and there, paid the minimum, carried a little balance, and assumed she was building credit just fine. Nobody told her otherwise. Then, at 22, she applied for an apartment and found out her score was 591. Below the landlord's cutoff. She did not get the place. So she pulled her actual report for free and finally saw what was happening. 2 things were quietly wrecking her. First, 1 late payment. A single 30-day late from 2 years earlier, when she switched banks and forgot to move her autopay. That 1 slip had cost her around 80 points and was still sitting on her report. Second, her utilization was 68% across 2 cards. Way over the line. So she did nothing dramatic. No tricks, no new accounts, no credit repair company. She set up autopay for the full balance on both cards so she would never miss again. Then she spent 4 months paying the cards down until her utilization dropped to 18%. And she waited. 6 months later, her score had climbed to 687. From 591 to 687, almost 100 points, just by stopping the bleeding and letting time do the rest. She got the next apartment she applied for. So, here is what this number is really telling you and what it is not. Your credit score is not a measure of how smart you are. It is not a grade on your character. It is not a measure of your worth as a person. It is one narrow thing, a track record of how you handle borrowed money. That is it. And because it is just a track record, it follows rules, which means it responds to you. Put in the right inputs, and it climbs. Let the wrong things happen, and it slips. Now let me kill the myth that quietly costs people money for years. You do not need to carry a balance to build credit. You do not have to pay the bank interest to prove you are responsible. Paying your card in full, on time, every month, builds your score exactly as well, and costs you nothing. The whole idea that debt builds credit is backwards. On-time behavior builds credit. And the most important part of all of this is the quiet good news hiding underneath it. Because this is just a record of recent behavior. The bad chapters fade and the recent ones count most. Which means whatever your number is right now, it is not a verdict. It is a snapshot. It is fixable. Imani proved it in 6 months. You can move it too. So here is the one move. Today, not next month, not once you feel ready. Today. Go see your number because you cannot fix what you have never looked at. There are 2 free, legitimate places, and I will name them. For your full report from all 3 bureaus, the official site is annualcreditreport.com. That is the real one, not the sketchy lookalikes that charge you. It is free, and it takes about 10 minutes. For your score itself, updated often, use Credit Karma, also free. Pull both, and just look. Most people with credit problems have errors on their report they have never caught, things dragging them down that never even happened. While you are in there, find your 2 biggest levers, the ones that are over half your entire score. Lever 1, keep your utilization under 30%. Add up your balances, divide by your total limits, and if you are over 30, make a plan to get under it. Below 10 is even better. Lever 2, never miss a payment. So set up auto pay for the full statement balance on every card today, and you have just automated the single most important factor there is. That is the whole habit. Check it. Keep utilization low. Never miss. Do that, and the number takes care of itself. Your credit score is not a mystery, and it is not a judgment. It is a formula, and you just learned it. It is not weather, it is a formula, and a formula can be solved. Most people spend their whole lives reacting to this number, surprised every time it moves. You are not going to be most people. From today on, when that number changes, you will know exactly why. Because it is not happening to you anymore. It is responding to you. Treat it like the asset it is, and it will pay you back for decades. Go check your number tonight, and I will see you in the next one.